The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. A short kick taken at the 18. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
With about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Number 24.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before. Before he takes it inside the 40.
Complete to number 17. It's a gain of 32. First down, Browns.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Mayfield.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Mayfield to throw it. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Complete to number 7.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
At the 17-yard line.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing is Bridgewater. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And he finds Cook. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. He may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Cook following the penalty. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 47-yard line.
Bridgewater. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. From the gun, Bridgewater. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
First down.
On the option, this is Mayfield. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
The kicker on.
A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
Jaguars nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses them about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Dalvin Cook.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Jaguars nothing.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Throwing, Bridgewater. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
36-yard line.
Now Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
He was taken.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph, and he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Intercepted by the Browns.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Cleveland.
Mayfield on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete.
Thrown away.
Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And he stopped immediately there.
Number 24.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
He may try and run for this. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. And the Browns 1st down.
They go play action. Mayfield. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Second and 6 at the Jaguars' 8-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
On the return, the Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw is Bridgewater. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20.
Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
For the extra point.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10. At their own
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th
and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return, the Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he finds the tight end, Reed. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
No gain on the play.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
3-yard line.
Here we go again. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. You. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. I'm going to come back to you.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
It's just me and you.
And again, it's Bridgewater. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Sammy Watkins, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Now Bridgewater will lead the troops up to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further.
Browns 24. Jaguars
following the touchdown. Here's Seibert now to kick it off. From the 10. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Going deep for Diggs. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Mayfield going to keep it on the option. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick here is good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10. At their
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. I'm on. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Catch here, left side, Thomas. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Bridgewater now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth.
29 is Mike 29. Here we go. 29 is Mike 29. Here we go, let's bring it.
First down, Bridgewater. He'll fire one deep for Westbrook. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Now Bridgewater will lead the troops up to go for two. They'll try and run it here. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
First and 10, Mayfield. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Miles Jack with a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And that's caught by the tight end, Bryant. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Mayfield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Second and 1.
Now Bridgewater. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
I'm going to run you over. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Bridgewater. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it. unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On third down, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time, fourth down, Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Incomplete.
So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
Number 35.
Devon Hamilton with the tackle. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.